Alrighty, guys, it's your host Tidy Chester. We're back. This time, we're ready to play Choose Your Own Adventure House of Danger. Ooh, House of Danger, yeah. It's based on the book by R.A. Montgomery. Based on the book by R.A. Montgomery. This is a cooperative adventure game by Prosperio Hall and Z-Man Games. We're going to be playing through. There is 5 chapters. We're going to be playing through chapter number 1. You're not going to see gameplay because this is just a text adventure where you choose. There is like these big cards. You're going to read through the text on the cards. There's not a lot to see other than me reading through text. Although there is one thing that is very important that I will show you in the beginning. For some reason, we are going to be staring at and studying this. On the back of your little player board, there's this, and they tell you to spend 2 minutes studying this image. It'll give you clues later on. So we're going to do that here in a minute. But as we get ready for this House of Danger, again, this is a lot of text. It's a lot of reading. It's just an adventure. You choose. If you haven't played these games, where have you been for the last 30 years? You're basically reading a paragraph. You're making a choice. It's going to tell you to do this or do that. There is a huge stack of clues here. There's 129 clues. There is 30 pages, two-sided, for just chapter 1. And as I mentioned, there is 5 chapters in this game. So you've got 130 some tarot size cards that you're going to be reading through. There's pictures, there's text, there's things you're going to be looking at, things you're going to be looking to do. There is a psychic meter where you're going to be adjusting your psychic abilities. You're going to also have this challenge meter, which will go up and down because we're going to rolling a dice. You need to roll this number or higher on the dice to successfully make it. So, I mean, there's not a lot of rules to it. I'm just giving you there's not a lot to see other than a few things. So there's no sense in having the camera on this when it's just a text and reading and all that. So if you're not into text, you're not into reading, if you want to follow along the adventure, great. If you want to participate in this adventure, even better. Because I'll be stopping and looking at comments and saying, hey, this is our choice. We got to do this, or we can pick up this clue or this clue. What should we do? And if you're here and you give your input, I'll be more than happy to take your input. If you're not here and you're not watching and you're watching later, then you can follow along and see what happens with as we play through this. So this will be chapter 1, and we're getting ready to go. But before we do that, we will use the camera and look at the back of this object for 2 minutes, and then we'll switch back to this camera. So here's this camera again. There's 3 pages of rules. There's not a lot going on in this. It's basically follow through, do this, blah, blah, blah. All right. So we're going to place this marker, blah, blah, blah. I want to just find that section on reading I think it was under the nightmare you studied at the beginning of the game is used as an example of the psychic impressions. Where was that? All right, place the game board on the table with the nightmare image side face up for 2 minutes. Study the image for clues about places to visit and objects to investigate in the game. As moving forward, they will help you unravel the mysteries of your nightmares. So we will study this together for 2 minutes. Somebody get the clock. Are you ready? On your mark. Get set. Go. All right, so here's the image. What do we see? Okay. All right. I'm studying. I think I see some stuff. What else do we see? All right. Right. Okay. Do you guys see it okay? Can you guys see it all right? Okay. All right. What do we see? What do we see? Okay. All right. You guys studying this image? I hope you're studying this hard. Because there's a lot of details that we're going to need. All right. I got about 15 seconds, I think is about 2 minutes. All right, we'll probably forget everything that we. All right, so this starts on this. This starts here. We got our dice. We got our rules. We start with bottle of water. Keep this item. Discard at any time to lower the danger meter by 3. We also have pocket knife. Keep this item at any time we're doing a green test. We can add 1 to the result. Hopefully to get at least a 3. If you roll 1, it's always a failure. So we have those 2 items we start with. And again, we have this. It's a text adventure, right? So I'm not going to spoil anything other than I'm going to be reading through. If you don't want to play along, you probably should go somewhere else. If you want to follow along, great. We'd love to have you. House of Danger. Choose your own adventure. All right. And then you got this little thing to kind of cover up the other things, but we won't need to worry about that. Okay, because you guys won't be able to see other than back of my hand, I guess. Chapter 1, The Grounds. It's a Tuesday morning in late June, and you wake up in cold sweat. The nightmares came again last night. Even though you are an inspiring detective and psychic investigator, you haven't been able to make any sense of the haunting dreams that you've had the past few weeks. In your dreams, you keep seeing the same spooky house. You're still shivering under the covers when you hear the phone ring downstairs in your basement. Continue on back. So we flip the card over to the back. That is the first part of the first page. Here we go. When you have your combination office and research laboratory, you dash down to the lab to answer it. I need, a weak voice says when you pick up the receiver. I need your help. You hear a loud click and the phone goes dead. But you were prepared. While the caller was talking, you activated your high-speed telephone tracking device. It instantly displays the cell phone number 555-7259. You call back the number right away, but there's no answer. After consulting the tall stack of reverse phone books behind your desk, you're disappointed to learn the number is unlisted. You sense that the phone call is somehow related to your nightmares. Later, while at the Hedgebrook police station to return a night scope you borrowed for a recent stakeout, you describe the mysterious phone call and continue on to story page 1. Your reoccurring dreams to a friend, Sergeant Morrison. That call does sound strange, he says. We'll look into it. And about that house in your dreams, a voice came from the hallway. I wonder if you're dreaming about the Madsen house out on Hedgebrook Road. Detective Murphy sticks his mustached face into the room. Modern house, ornate gate. That sounds like the Madsen place, all right, says Sergeant Morrison. Strange things are reported to happen out there. Detective Murphy takes a puff of his pipe. That place is haunted, he says. I know it sounds unprofessional, but I've had a file on the Madsen house for years, and I'm sure of it. He waves a folder in front of your eyes, and a phone number written on the front jumps out at you. It matches the one from your mysterious phone call. Ooh, the plot thickens. So the call was related to your nightmares. Your psychic senses were right. Draw clue number 26 to discover your goal. So we are going to draw 26, number 26. So let's see what we're getting here. Number 26. All right, so we're drawing clue number 26 is, bam. It is chapter 1 goal. Get inside the Madsen house. That's our goal. To complete chapter 1, there's 5 chapters in this game. Chapter 1, all we have to do is get inside the house. Can we do it? I don't know. We're going to find out. So, draw clue number 26 to discover your goal. Back at home, you grab a bottle of water. Bam. We got our bottle of water. And a pocket knife. Bam. We got our pocket knife ready to go. Preparing for your new investigation. Half an hour later, you stand before the Madsen residence, which appears exactly as it did in your nightmares. The house's futuristic look is a strange contrast to the antiquated appearance of the stone walls and the wrought iron gates, which is locked shut and wrapped up in steel chains. Even though the air is balmy, what is the word? Even though the air is balmy, a chill travels down your spine. The gathering clouds on the horizon hint at a brewing summer thunderstorm. As you search the wall for a way in, go to story card number 13. If you climb the gate, go to story card number 7. So, our first decision, we either search the wall for a way in, or we climb the gate. What do we do? Search the wall, 13. Climb over the gate, number 7. Well, if anyone has any thoughts, now's your time to post them in the comments section now, before I make my decision. Once I make my decision, it's done. I can't go back. So, climbing over a wrought iron fence probably doesn't sound like the smartest idea. I think let's try and search the wall, see if we can find a way in. Let's do that. Shall we do that? Let's do that. So that is number 13. So we're going to number 13. Here we go. Number 13 it is. Chapter 1, number 13. Moving along the mossy stone wall that surrounds the property, you come across a jagged opening created by fallen rocks. It's just big enough for you to squeeze through. Once on the other side of the wall, you find yourself standing in a cobblestone plaza, surrounded by marble and bronze figures. Most of the sculptures depict men gazing off into the distance as if pondering the deeper meaning of it all. But at the edge of the courtyard is a monumental statue of a man atop a muscular steed. To your right, a stony pathway leads away from the statuary and into a picturesque garden where topiary bushes have been trimmed into whimsical shapes. Continue on the back. Ooh, we got our first image. There is the man upon the horse, the trusty steed. If you inspect the statue of the man on the horse, go to story card number 4. If you walk towards the topiary bushes, go to story card 15. I think, like, if you remember that image that we looked at the beginning of this, what do you see on here that you remember from that image? What do you see on here that was front and center on that image? How many of you caught it? How many? I'm going to let you think about this for a second. What is it? It's that sword. That sword was front and center in that image, right? If we look at that image again, boom, there's the sword right there. If you missed the sword, it was right there in front of your face. How did you miss it? How did you miss it? You're not going to be any help to me. Right now, you're failing me. You can't fail me anymore if we're going to complete this adventure together. See that sword? You remember this image? You were supposed to study it. Do not fail me again. We're going to go check out the sword because we're going to inspect the statue of the man on the horse. Go to story card number 4. So we're going back to number 4. All right, we're on to number 4. Here we go. The horseman is a dashing, bearded Civil War soldier, his bronze face stoic. He holds out a cavalry saber towards the brooding sky. The sword's edge glints in a weak sunlight that penetrates the thickening clouds above. The sword looks almost new. At the base of the statue is a plaque that proclaims this is a memorial to Henry Madsen. The plaque reads, Henry Madsen, born 1839, died 1887, general in the Union Army during the Civil War, severely wounded at the Battle of Shiloh in 1862, appointed warden of Hedgebrook Prison in 1880. To your left is the entrance to a hedge maze. To the right is a graying picket fence with a rickety wooden gate. You can see 2 stone angel statues and beyond them a cemetery. To your left is a hedge maze. To your right is a graying picket fence with a rickety wooden gate. You can see 2 stone angel statues and beyond them a cemetery. Optional challenge. Search the monument's base. If we win, we can draw clue number 18. If we lose, we raise the danger meter by 1. This is an observation challenge. We also have an optional challenge. Optional challenge, climb the statue to examine the saber. I just talked about the saber and how it was front and center. I think we don't have anything that helps with the blue, and we don't have anything that helps with purple. You can see the only thing we have is the pocket knife that'll help in green. See the green symbol? This is not a green challenge. So we would need to roll a 3 or higher for a success. Optional challenge, climb the statue to examine the saber. Win, we can draw clue number 2. If we lose, we raise the danger meter by 2, but we can try again. All we have to roll is a 3 or higher. 3, 4, 5, or 6. So we got a 66% chance. I think we do it. We're going to roll. Let's roll the dice. We will add a small camera. It's going to be the bottom one? I don't know. Yes, it will be the bottom one. All right. We will... There. All right. So you guys can see that we're not cheating. We'll roll the dice. We need a 3 or higher for us to succeed in this challenge. Raise the danger meter by 2. So our danger meter, 1, 2. It's still on the 3, fortunately for us, but we can try again. We're going to try again. We want that saber. We want the saber. We want that. How bad do we want the saber? We want it really badly. Let's not roll a 2 this time. Let's see if we can roll a 4. That's what we need this time, actually. So that is farly a success. We can draw clue number 2. Thank the Lord. We can draw clue number 2. Clue number 2 is... The cavalry saber. The saber comes loose in your hand. It's heavy and quite sharp. Your psychic senses tell you that this is an important item. Keep this item, move forward 2 spaces on the psychic track, and then finish story card number 4. All right, so we move 2 spaces ahead on the psychic track. That's good. We have a saber to go along with our pocket knife now. Unfortunately, our danger meter's way up there. Now, the other thing is we can search the monument's base, but we would need a 4 or higher for success. If we fail, we're going to raise the danger meter. Do we try to search? You know what? Let's try. I'm greedy. I am greedy. I want everything. So we're going to try again. Here we go. We just need a 4 or higher. 50-50 chance. Let's do it. Another freaking 2. Another freaking 2. All right. Well, this one does not say that we can try again. Like this one, it said we can purposely said that we can try again. This one does not say we can try again. So we will assume that we cannot try that one again. All right, so if we're going to enter the hedge maze, we go story card 12. If we visit the cemetery, that doesn't sound like a good option. We go to story card number 21. Do we want to enter? I think the cemetery is there to scare us away. I think that's probably a better option than going into a maze. Let's go to the cemetery. That's card 21. Let's go to card 21. Card number 21. All right, passing between a pair of stone angels, you enter an old family cemetery. There's a marble mausoleum in the center of the cemetery. A short set of stairs leads into a shadowy interior. Next to where you stand, a freshly dug grave yawns in the pale sunlight. It's unsettling to think of climbing into it, but you see something shiny embedded in the dirt walls. Picture time. Decision time. If you enter the mausoleum, go to story card number 5. If you climb into the open grave, go to story card 16. Decision times. Do we go in the mausoleum? Do we go into the grave? We can only do one of those two things. What do I remember seeing in that picture? Remember that image on the back? Was there anything in there? I think there was something in there with the grave. Let's go and let's try the grave. I think I remember the grave. Climb in the open grave, go to story card number 16. We will go to story card number 16. 16 it is. All right. Without warning, oh great, this doesn't sound good already. Without warning, the earthen walls begin to collapse around you, and before you can react, you're up to your waist in dirt and writher and twist, trying to escape, but it only causes more soil to come cascading down. Soon it's up to your shoulders, then your neck, then your cheeks. You struggle to spit the soil out as it fills your mouth, but within moments you are fully buried. You can only see the dark earth in front of your eyes. Your hands close around a metal disc, perhaps a coin. You'll never know, though, as the soil fills your lungs and the world wavers and goes gray before you finally turn black. That didn't sound good. The end. Wow, that was a bad decision. So in this game, you don't die, and the story's not over. In this game, you go back to the previous card, you do some things, and then you get to pick up the story from there. But we officially died. We got buried alive. Wow, that's not cool. Move back one space on the psychic scale and return to the previous card. So the previous card, that was not a good card, by the way. That was card, it was this card right here, card 21. We're going to the mausoleum, I guess. Story card number 5. Let's see if we can not die this time. Alright. The mausoleum interior feels musty and cool. Something is dripping from the ceiling and lands in the corner with a plunk, which is odd, given that you haven't started raining yet. You also notice the mausoleum is bigger on the inside than the outside suggested. A stone sarcophagus lies before you in the center of the chamber with the word Madsen carved into it. It appears that others have been in the mausoleum recently. There is a freshly dug pit on the side of the sarcophagus, with an elaborate tunnel has been dug into the ground beside the nearest wall. As you can see that the tunnel is lined with cement. Optional challenge. Search around the sarcophagus. Optional challenge. Remove the stone lid of the sarcophagus. Search around the sarcophagus. Let's try that. We can try again if we need to. So let's try that one. We need a 4 or higher. Let's go. Let's try and get a success. Raise the danger meter by 1. It says we can try again, so we're going to try again. We have not been very successful. There we go. That is a 6. That is a success. So, draw clue number 23. Clue number 23. Clue number 23. Boom. It is a large wooden doll. You find a large wooden doll. Your psychic senses tell you this is an important item. Keep this item. Move forward 1 space on the psychic track. We're up to 5 again. Finish story card 5. All right, we can try with this card. We would get a +2 to our dice roll. Remove the stone lid of the sarcophagus. We would get a +2 to our dice roll. Because we have the large wooden doll. I think we're going to try it. Because we have the +2. Oops, this should be on the 4 space. I don't know. I think it got knocked up there when I was rolling the dice. Come on. We just need a 2 or higher again. Come on. 2. 3. Even better. So 3 + 2 is 5. That's enough. We get clue number 16. We're getting loaded with clues here. 16. There's clue number 16. Clue number 16 is text. Bonus story choice. It takes some muscle, but you manage to remove the lid and are surprised to find that not only is there no body, but an opening to a secret passageway offers yet another way out of the mausoleum. Place a new story choice below at the bottom of the story card number 5. This option may be considered when you are ready to make your story choice. So we can take the secret passage, or we can take climb into the pit, or we can travel through the tunnel. Those are our 3 choices now. I mean, do we go through? Do we go through? We found the doll, which allowed us to open the lid. Is that a trap? Is it a trap? It could be a trap. Could be a trap. But I think we're going to try. So we're going to take the secret passage, draw clue number 24. All right, so we're drawing clue number 24. You travel through the tunnel, which feels like forever. The light disappears and the tunnel eventually ends. You feel frightened and trapped. You want to run back and try the other route try one of the other routes out of the mausoleum. Before you go, you feel around in the dark. There's nothing in front of you or to your other side. But before you go, you feel around in the dark. There's nothing in front of you or to your side, but you discover a mossy patch in the tunnel ceiling. You turn the handle, and the latch opens on a grassy patch at the entrance of the hedge maze. Go to story card number 12. So we had to go to the cemetery or the maze. We went to the cemetery. We did stuff over there. Now we're over on the other side. Okay. So we're going to story card number 12. All right. The hedge maze is massive. Its thick hedge walls are twice as tall as you, but don't seem stable enough to climb. So you'll have to solve the labyrinth the old-fashioned way. You take a deep breath to steady your nerves and head through the maze entrance. If you go left, draw clue 9. If you go right, draw clue number 1. Left or right? We're going to draw clue number 1. We're going to go right. You turn to follow a path for several minutes. Wait, this looks familiar. Raise danger meter by 1 and draw clue number 11. You keep going and going. It seems like you're walking in circles. Raise danger meter by 2 and draw clue number 12. We're not having a good time with the maze. You feel like you must be getting close to the end of the maze. If you go left, draw clue 13. If you go right, draw clue 14. We went right the first time. We keep going right. So we're going to draw clue 14. I think that's lucky 14 is better than lucky 13, I think. So we're going to lucky 14. Hopefully we don't end up dying. You think you'd be better at this by now. Raise the danger meter by 2. And, so we've now gotten there. So we reset and we lose 2 on our psychic meter. Well, that's great. Clue 13. I guess we should have went left the whole time. We should have went left. We should have freaking went left. We should have fucking went left. Knew we should have went left. Finally, you see it. The end of the maze. Go to story card 18. Number 18, huh? All right. You've probably come to the end of the hedge maze. It exits towards a pool. It exits towards a pool house. A short stone pedestal stands in front of you with a metal lockbox in top. Perhaps someone wants to reward you for navigating that accursed maze, though the whole thing seems suspicious. Looking towards the pool house, you can see a door is barely hanging on its hinges. There is also a gate that leads, you assume, directly to the pool. Free action. To see if the lockbox is open, draw clue number 3. There's the artwork. Free action. Do we want to see if the clue box is... I mean, does that... Are they trying to give us something? Or do we want to just take... Alright, we're just going to take reward number 3, which is... Boom. Ooh, it's keys. Truck keys. Not only is the lockbox open, but inside you find a key to a truck. Your psychic senses tell you that this is an important item. Keep this item. Move forward 2 spaces on the psychic track. And finish story card number 18. So we can explore the pool house. Go to story card number 11. If you walk through the gate to check out the pool, go to story card 21 or 23. Sorry. Pool house. Or go through the gate to check out the pool. Was there anything in the pool house that seemed interesting? You see the door is barely hanging on its hinges. That's all it says about the pool house. Is the door is barely hanging on the hinges. Let's look at the pool. 23. Let's look at the pool. Let's look at the pool. Shall we look at the pool? Forget the pool house. Let's go to the pool. It's obvious that nobody has cleaned the pool in ages. The water is murky green and the surface is littered with leaves and branches. Ripples pulse outward from the center of the pool. Out of nowhere you hear a commotion. You look around and wonder if it's coming from inside the pool house nearby. Then you see movement at the top of the gazebo in the distance. Someone or something is engaged in a struggle up there. Maybe they need your help. Then again, if you offer your assistance, you might end up needing their help as well. Optional challenge. Investigate the ripples in the pool. Oh yeah, that sounds, yeah, sure. The dirty water, murky pool. Let's just jump in. What could possibly go wrong? That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. We don't have anything to help us, although we only need a 3 to win. And we can lower the danger meter by 2 if we're successful. But if we fail, we raise the danger meter. And draw clue 8. Alright. Investigate the challenges in the ripple of the pool. Alright. We're going to do it. We're going to do it. Here we go. We can lower the danger meter by 2 and draw clue number 8. All we need is a 3 or higher. Come on, 3 or higher, please. Please. Yes. Yes. Thank you. Clue number 8. Let's find out what's in the pool. Clue number 8. Here we go. I'm invested in this story right now. Are you? Boom. It's text. All right. You walk down the steps into the water and you see what's making the waves. A strange, whirling metal sphere. Slightly bigger than a softball. You compulsively grab it. The sphere vibrates in your hand. There are 2 buttons on it. You press one, nothing happens. You press the other button. The sphere continues to vibrate. Instinctively, you press both buttons at the same time. The sphere stops moving and begins to glow. Draw clue number 21. This is when it blows up in her face, right? Is this when it blows up in her face? Clue number 21. We have a whirling metal ball. The whirling metal sphere, sorry. Your psychic senses tell you that this is an important item. Keep this item. Move forward 3 spaces on the psychic track. We're up to 8 on the psychic track. And finish story card number 23. Let's go back to number 23. That was a good choice so far. We can go to the pool house. Story card 11. Or we can go straight to the action at the gazebo. So let's refresh our memory what was going on. Out of nowhere, you hear a commotion. You look around and wonder if it's coming from inside the pool house nearby. Then you see movement On top of the gazebo in the distance, someone or something is engaged in a struggle up there. Maybe they need your help. Then again, if you offer assistance, you might end up needing your help yourself. I think we got to try to help. I mean, the pool house we can always go to the pool house. Let's see if we can help. Is this smart? I don't know. We'll see. You sprint at the gazebo, practically pushing along by the winds that are picking up. A light sprinkle of rain spatters the ground as you run. You make it to the shelter of the structure, and the mayhem occurring above you on the roof increases in intensity. Who is up there? And what are you doing? You wonder. You notice a driveway about 20 feet away. Premonition. If you are at level 2 or higher on the psychic scale, we are at level 2 or at 8. So, if you're a level 2 or higher in the psychic scale, draw clue 27. Clue number 27. Yes. Clue number 27 is... Boom. Ooh. Ooh, ooh. It is a part of a picture. Okay. That's all it has. So that's all we can see. All right, now where was that? That was story card number 9, right? Right, premonition. If you're level 2 or higher on the psychic scale, draw clue number 27. If you climb on top of the gazebo, go to story card number 10. If you run to the driveway, go to story card number 30. So we have premonition. The rain is coming down. I think that means, like, if I'm thinking, like, it's starting to rain, we should go for cover. Do we climb on top of the gazebo or do we run to the driveway? We're going to run to the driveway. I think we just run to the driveway. I think we're running for cover, right? That's a premonition. It says premonition. So we go to story card number 30. Story card number 30. Whoa, come here, you. Come here, you. It says, Chapter 1, goal achieved. You appear in the driveway, which leads you to the mansion's entrance. On the door is a plaque that reads Martson, and a large crystal door knocker, which seems newer than everything else in the front of the building. You knock loudly many times, but there's no answer. The storm is really picking up now. You try the doorbell, and you're surprised to find that the door is You try the doorknob, and you're surprised to find that the door is unlocked. You've been lucky enough so far, but you wonder if you're missing something. Before you enter the house, you look back. You can see a few clear paths. One leads towards statuary, another to a small cemetery. 2 more paths stretch out towards a watering ditch with a gate and a house's luxurious pool. You could go back to explore if you wanted to. So we've made it to the front, but it's giving us a chance to go back and if we think we missed something, We could go back. There are items in this chapter that will be useful later in the story. You can take a risk and go back for any you missed by following the choices below. You head to the statuary, raise the danger meter by 2 and go to story card 4. If you head to the cemetery, raise the danger meter by 2 and go to story card 21. If you head to the ditch, raise danger meter by 2 and go to story card 26. If you head to the pool, raise danger meter by 2 and go to story card 23. Otherwise, you may advance to chapter 2 and keeping all of your inventory items. That's it. We're there. We're done. I'm not going back. No, I don't think we're going back. We're done. I think we did good with chapter 1. We've got a doll. What is this thing? A large wooden doll we got. We got a bottle of water still. We got our pocket knife. We got our saber. We got the metal sphere. We have this pitcher. What else could we possibly need? There's nothing else we need. We're set. We're gonna go on to chapter 2 next time. Thanks so much for watching. Let me know in the comments section down below if you're enjoying this. If you like these these create your own adventure. Are you invested in this? Are you having a good time? Do you like this? Do you think we should have gone back? Let me know in the comments section down below. I'd love to hear what you have to think, what you have to say. But we're going to keep all of these objects for next time when we take on chapter 2. We made it through one chapter. We only died once. We did die in the grave. Of course we got buried in the grave. Why did we go in the grave? Because there was something shiny. Don't ever go after something shiny. I can't believe we jumped in the water to go find out what was in the pool. That was crazy, but it worked out. The reason I went for that is because I figured if they're going to kill us in the grave, they're not going to kill us in the pool too. Right? You got to figure they're not going to kill you at every single turn. There's going to be good paths to go down. We just have to figure out the right ones. But, yeah, we also found the truck keys, too. I don't know why I didn't put those with my thing. We did find the truck keys. I don't know how much else we're missing. Just looking, making sure that there was nothing else that we could have. Nope, that was all of the other options. The truck keys. We got the truck keys. The pocket knife, which was what we started with. The whirling metal sphere, the bottle of water, the large wooden doll, which helped us get the sarcophagus open. We got the cavalry saber, which I think is going to be super important because, again, you should have studied this. Study it hard for next time. Oh, look, there's the pool. Maybe that's the pool. We got the saber and the pool. Maybe that's a pool. I don't know. We'll see. Come by for chapter 2 and find out. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button. Subscribe. Do all the fun stuff. And we'll see you next time. Take care, everybody. Have a good night. And we'll see you all down the line.